I run Trondheim. Yeah, I control the city.
Serious problems.
Right, Mika? What's your scariest problem then, mate?
I've got a fucking serious problem. Like, Fizz brought up this head-to-head thing, and they put me up to Gus Schumacher with, like, the question, who's gonna dominate the duels next season? And I fucking, like, apparently I've lost, but, like, I definitely didn't lose.
On the vote?
Yeah, but the vote was rigged, like 100%.
Yeah.
Like, just look at the comment sections. It's
Yeah,
like they're all, mate, like, they're all pro Mika, all the comments. And then just like the election is just like, the vote is just like 53% or something for Gus. It's like, it's rigged, 100%.
Yeah, it must be. Must be rigged. But it's not at all the fact that he's like the little golden child of all the Americans right now after winning in Minneapolis.
I got a bit offended. Like, yeah, he won Minneapolis. He was fucking good. But did he have a single other top 10 in that?
Did he not?
I'm quite sure he didn't. Like, maybe what? Nah, I'm quite sure he didn't.
Yeah, but he was good when he counted, and
That is
can't
true.
deny that. I mean, if there was one race he wanted to go fast, I'm guessing it was that one.
Yeah.
But back to real business.
Mate, this is real business.
We've got, although it involves you, so hard to tell. We've got Majesty on the podcast.
We've got royalty.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you
should we even introduce him, or are people just gonna recognize him when we'll talk to him?
Yeah, I mean, is he true or is he a bit of a joke?
Hard to tell.
Yeah, hard to tell. Anyway, we've got the King of Trondheim on the podcast. Welcome, KOT.
What's good? What's good? That's an honor. I been waiting many years actually, trying to get this going. I remember first listening to Joran Tefra in November last year, and I thought he was a crap guest. Joran, you were terrible on Serious Problems. Your three people at the end were like 6x10 at Burger Stadium. With like Yota Koala and stuff. It's like, dude, think about all the exciting things you can do in life. 6x10 hit swings.
Fuck yeah, he's not even waiting to roast people.
The King of Trondheim is right. Okay, let's.
This is just a start.
This is not planned or nothing. This is just the way he is.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you don't like 6x10 from Swix with Guy Koala so much.
Nah, I've gone on one ski with Yota Koala and Joran. We didn't talk so much. There was not so much talking going on, but nah, I would definitely not choose that. I mean, there's so much more to life than there's skiing. Skiing's cool and stuff, but like, you know, there's a lot more to like doing other things. And
should we actually bring up the Göran Tefra beef at the moment?
I'll address this. So we do. This kind of got personal. I don't know if it actually. I don't know. Maybe it didn't. Maybe I'll regret talking about this later. But so we have this interval session in Granesen. The plan is 6x6, and Joran, I mean, is a fucking amazing skier. He's really good at in like these hard intensity sessions, and we go into it, and what had happened is that the skate skis I was on from IDT had broken. So one of the skis that I was using was broken. So I took one from last year to use. And so I had a pair of skis that there was one from last year. IDT skis from last year were faster, and the skis from this year are similar speed to everyone else. Take these skis, they're obviously faster. We do the first interval, and I was feeling quite good. So in the first hill in Granesen, Trondheim, I just kind of like broke away, and like my level is obviously not the same level as those guys that I was skiing with. So to break away doesn't really make much sense. So obviously my skis are faster, you know? And so we do the first one. We all finished the first one, I think, together. They came up after the downhill. Second one, third one, and fourth one, I break away each time. And then I can kind of feel like
tension.
Yeah, tension, like a... bad atmosphere a bit. You know when you finish interval and everyone's like looking at each other to see how the kind of like atmosphere in the group was. And we like get to the 6th one, and obviously in a 6x6 you're going like pretty hard or full out on the last one. And I skied back because I was feeling quite good, and I was like, is this the skis or is this me? So you know when you're in a like group interval and someone like skis away or like runs away and then comes back to the group when it starts,
Yeah.
to try to like not talk to people. And then the last one I just kind of like went for it as much as I could, and then got a bit of a gap. Then they caught me on the downhill with Youngie and Euron, and then they dropped me a bit, but then I came back and was like a sprint between the 3 of us. And we finish. I had done like all my effort. Finish. It was quite good. Come back to the group, and Euron says to me, "Googlila," as in like fast skis in Norwegian.
Good glide, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, yeah." I mean, no one else said that, but obviously I knew he'd been tapering for that session, so it was good. But Euron, I love you. If you are listening to this, like, no bad feelings.
Mate, don't pull back now.
To be fair, it can be fucking.
But I heard
it can be fucking annoying to ski with people with fast roller skis. But at the same time, it's not Gabe's
Fucking
fault.
grow up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. Like, I actually think it's good to train with Gabe with fast roller skis because then he can keep up with me.
No, but like, let's be honest. Like, you got a fucking good session out of it because all of a sudden you were like up there with like the good guys and able to push, get like good heart rate. Just get a good session.
Yeah,
and probably actually Tefra and Youngie also got a better session out of it because obviously they didn't want to get beaten by you, so they probably went even harder than they would have gone otherwise. So it's just a win-win, really. And then to be a bit sore about it because someone has fast roller skis and a fucking training, that means nothing, especially when you have a World Cup podium like he does.
I mean,
you're like, oh.
I don't know why you'd feel threatened. Of course, I'm obviously not at the same. I don't know if they did, but I was good. Everyone won. Everyone had a good session. Everyone, I think, felt good from whom I talked to. I didn't talk to Jørn for like 2 weeks after that, but yeah.
So
yeah.
is this like
the thing is, I'm sure that Euron doesn't give a fuck about this and probably is just like kind of forgot about it.
He's
like,
definitely.
instantly.
No, we're not gonna make him forget about it.
Oh shit! I haven't seen him. I've still got to see him in person next week at the camp, but I got a snap from him yesterday, so I think we're on good terms now.
To sum up a bit, so your actual name is Gabriel Gledhill, and you grew up in Canada, and your mum is
British.
English even.
Yeah.
And your dad's Canadian.
Yeah, so I was born in the UK. My mom side of the family is all from Great Britain, and my 2 older brothers are also born in the UK. And then
Where?
Ipswich. They just made it into the Premier League this year. Just qualified for the first time in just over a decade. I think they've been in this championship for a while. So that's huge. But it's nothing to do with skiing. Like, there's no skiing or anything in Ipswich. It's by the coast.
Yeah.
So getting into skiing is a bit odd. So people probably assume, how do you get into skiing? Well, my dad's Canadian and was in Fiji at the same time as my mom. They met, had kids in the UK, and then my dad couldn't find work in the UK, so we moved to Canada, Vancouver Island. And Vancouver Island is where I started to ski.
You're an Olympic kid. Did you grow up with like the 2012 Olympics?
2012 Olympics was
2010.
London. I did grow up with those too.
2010, sorry. Vancouver Olympics.
I did, but we didn't go. There was I don't know what it was, but there was a lot of people going. I knew a lot of people that went to the Olympics to go watch like the hockey. Canada was obviously a favorite for the hockey. Have you heard the sound clip from Rogers Arena when they played the gold medal final? Sidney Crosby scored in overtime against the U.S. And there's a helicopter flying over the arena.
Yeah.
And the sound volume from the arena was something like fucking, you can like hear it like from ages away.
Yeah.
That was insane. I remember watching that in school. But I wasn't so into sports then. Like, we didn't go watch the Olympics, which is insane, you know?
Yeah, that's a bit nuts, but Vancouver Island's not that close to Vancouver. It's a few hours drive or.
Yeah, so we're a place called Cumberland in the Comox Valley. So you go 2-hour drive to Nanaimo or hour and a half drive to Nanaimo, and then you take a 2-hour ferry to Vancouver. So it's like a 3-4 hour trip to get to Vancouver. So it's like maybe once a month if you're keen. But like you go once to Vancouver and you know to never go back.
It's like Mika crossing the whole of Austria.
Yeah. How far is it to drive across Austria?
Yeah.
Probably
pretty
not that
much.
far off. 4 hours.
Nah,
Maybe
I feel
not.
like
Maybe not from
north
west.
from north to south is probably like could be less even.
Yeah, for sure.
But then from west to east is definitely further.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
from there, Mount Washington's the main ski hill. There's 2 ski hills in Vancouver Island, and my parents were just part of a weekend club where they go skiing. So
Yeah.
we done on Saturday and Sunday, or Sunday and Saturday of the weekends during the winter, up until I was about 8 or 9, and then I got into like the Jackrabbits program that they have in all across Canada. Jackrabbit Johansson was a Swedish skier who moved to Canada and started this program. At least I think he's Swedish. And then from there, I just got more into develop. But at that time, I was considered Canadian.
Yeah.
And I competed in Canada for my whole youth career.
Apparently, you're a bit of a piece of work for all the coaches and stuff there.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Rumors is you were doing lots of shit and getting.
Yeah.
And then you came to us British lads and straighten yourself.
What did you hear? What's the worst story you heard?
Yeah, I don't know if you want me to talk about this on this podcast. mate. you're like setting yourself for getting up to.
Yeah. Maybe we shouldn't dive that deep, but
Yeah.
I wasn't. Maybe I wasn't such a smart child. I needed lots of disciplining.
You're smart,
but are you-
because do you consider you a smart adult then? If you're not
Well, there's a
smart-
difference between child and adult
okay.
there.
You
So
just
that's why I
stayed
said
at
child,
the
not
same
person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like lots of people I'm sure are wondering, or like most of the people know why we invited you, but maybe some people are like kind of wondering like, oh, why is this random Canadian that races for Britain on the podcast? And the thing is, you started racing the World Cup for Britain last year, and you just lost your head a bit and started calling yourself the King of Trondheim. Run us through. I'm not even sure
start
if
to
Mika,
finish.
me and Mika know exactly the whole story. We're probably like the closest ones that know the story, but
Well,
lots
the whole
of-
story of the King of Trondheim.
yeah, like lots of people don't
And
actually
he
know.
just started posting fucking TikTok videos of himself dancing, and then like, oh, I'm going to Trondheim.
Yeah.
And then you started like sending all these chicks DMs on Tinder, be like, oh, you
I'll
want to
pa-
come to Trondheim? I'll pay for your plane ticket. And then at some point you were like, just I am the King of Trondheim.
I think skiing as a whole, like the whole sport, it really misses out on, like, there are characters in skiing. There are people that watch the sport, but you can get a wider audience into the sport of skiing by maybe being something that you aren't. If you look at another sport, let's say...
Wait, back up. Are you saying you aren't the King of Trondheim then?
You haven't let me finish my point. I am, and that's who I am. That's why I'm here. But I'd love to get to the end of this point.
Go on.
You look at a sport like UFC. UFC, you may not know the two people fighting. You may not care at all anyone on the card. Anything about where the fight is, their weight class, how many strikes, how many KOs they have. But what you will watch is that you'll watch these two people fight each other in the press conference. You'll tune into the press conference and say this one person said that to this person about that. You bring up something political, or you bring up something from their nation. And what a lot of people can relate to is that they can relate to maybe being, I don't know, bullied or fighting back or anything in a press conference, you know? And so you tune in because that's something people can relate to. It's a relation that people can have. It's fighting. Yeah, not many people are that good at MMA, but a lot of people good are at fighting. And so if you can maybe get like press conferences in skiing, say you guys went on a press conference, you guys are really good at talking,
So you think there's no press conferences in skiing?
There is, but nobody tunes in and watches them like a
Yeah,
UFC
true.
press conference.
Honestly, there's no press conferences in skiing.
Quite a few nations.
There's
have
like
them.
like
I agree,
7
nobody
Norwegians
tunes
ever
into-
that have talked to the press.
You guys
and that's
compete on the
about it.
World Cup and you don't even know if there's a press conference. So like that's how advertised they are.
There is not
There's
a press
definitely-
conference at a World Cup.
Or maybe not at the World Cup, but like usually nations will have a press conference.
Yeah, but they have it like
before
twice a
and-
year.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway,
Anyway,
back to your point.
So I'm saying that when I call myself the King of Trondheim in these terms, people can relate to this. You know, I may not have a World Cup podium. You know, I may not have like won the Olympics or whatever, but it's an interesting verdict that like, okay, people can relate to the skiing part, but then there's this huge other thing of the calling yourself the king, which is like people think, oh yeah, that's a bit weird, but like why am I on this podcast right now? You know, because you have that king part,
Yeah.
and people are like, oh, okay,
True.
you're like, you think yourself, you look at LeBron James, his label on Instagram, King James, and you think, okay, is he the best basketball player of all time, or is it Michael Jordan? You don't really know, but you're gonna tune into LeBron James instead of like Anthony Edwards or KD because he's got King James there. So it's it sort of like makes it a bit bigger. But to go back to the start,
Wait. Another question.
Yeah,
You always go back to the start, and then you're like drifting off so much.
And also,
But
yeah.
I've. Are you just comparing yourself to Michael Jordan?
Exactly.
I mean,
And like the dude is trying to pretend that this was like planned and organized, and he like set all this plan up, whereas it was just like kind of boomer like feeling and just went for it.
And then where the whole thing
how many
took
world
off.
how many World Cup stars does Michael Jordan have?
Right, but okay, I give you the feeling of, or I give you my point of view of where this whole thing took off. It's like you just started doing all this like ridiculous stuff, and it like we're your friends, and we all thought it was quite banter, and it's a bit funny.
Yeah.
And then nobody really seemed to care about it. And at some point, Sevi just announced on the Aussie corner that they're sponsored by the King of Trondheim, and you were like, "Oh, that's fucking cool! I'll just sell some T-shirts from now on." And then it took off from there.
Yeah, well,
We were
obviously
the
there's this whole thing that happened in Toronto. So I went to Trondheim. I thought you'll be a bit banter, call myself the king of this place, whatever. And then on the second lap of the 10K in Trondheim, I saw that people were being filmed as they were going into the finish straight. And I looked up on the big screen and I saw like, crap, like people were being filmed as you go. There's a finish line camera. It's not always on World Cup that you see finish line camera. I was like, oh, that's sick.
Is it not?
But whatever.
No,
But, like,
in
it's
Lillehammer,
the-
they have not had a fun.
The thing is, they don't necessarily film like everyone coming into the finish, especially if it's like at the back of the race. So I think you were lucky that they filmed you.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
I come through into the finish, and then I notice that the camera's following me as I'm doing my sprint finish for 52nd or something. And I look up on the camera in the finish there. I'm like, no way, this is actually going on TV. I gotta do something at the end here. So I cross the line. I do the hush for all the thousands of people in the stadium, and I thought, yeah, whatever. But whatever. I turn around, I see Johannes sitting in the leader's chair, and I do the hush there to him. He kind of like looked at me and was like, what are you doing? And then there's one more camera at the end that is getting all of the finish line, like ending people that are coming in. And I do the hush again to that camera. And I take off my skis. I walk through, not thinking anything would come of this.
Yeah.
I get back later that night. And it was actually an Austrian guy, Eric Engel, that sent me the recording from Eurosport. That it had gone on Eurosport, and he's like, "Dude, this is legendary. What did you do?" I'm like, "No way, this made it on the live stream." And so I posted it. I was like, "Yeah, just had to silence the crowd in Trondheim. They're going too crazy here."
Yeah.
So then the King of Trondheim was born.
And then he
Then
started
it was
making
born.
merch and doing all sorts of stuff on social media and
Yeah, and then we
Kinda took
started
off.
this. They started this movement. Like, I wouldn't consider like maybe you say like but KOT is more than just like a person or like anything that's one specific. It's a movement. KOT that is a movement. in the sport of skiing. So you see all these people, they send it, like, what is someone sending in a picture of them doing the hush with all their friends, you know? What is that? That's not me that does that. That's a movement that skiing has thrived on. And it creates a community. It's like a KOT community.
Yeah, and it's fucking super cool that you managed to pull that off because, I mean...
It didn't look like it in spring. When you were talking to us about quitting, you were like, oh, I'll quit the whole KOT thing. Because at some point, you just lost it in, like, I want to say it's April. Like, you did, like, 100k ski. That was fun. And after the 100k ski, you were just like, oh, I'll just shotgun Red Bulls from now on. And then, like, basically, the whole KOT thing was just filled with you shotgunning Red Bulls for, like, a month or two.
Yeah.
And then Sevi comes up, and you come and you're like, well, we've got an exit plan. We'll just probably exit. And then I think there were definitely more people than just me. They were telling you, like, nah, don't quit. It's good fun, but just don't fucking shotgun Red Bulls all the time. And make it about the movement. And then I feel like somewhere over
Shark
summer.
Week.
Yeah,
but
it was
that's-
probably Shark Week. Yeah,
that's
that's
the
probably
thing
where he took off.
Is I feel like they do so much stuff, or the king does so much stuff that some things work, and then it just like kind of people kind of follow it and like start.
It's amazing.
It becomes a movement every time, but I think what you guys have been so good at is just like constantly like renewing yourselves. And like if you see like some of the best athletes in the world in cross-country skiing, they don't manage to create that movement. And
It's amazing.
You and Sevi managed to pull that off by being, what do you say, 52 in the World Cup, which is a fucking good effort.
Yeah, because maybe we should mention this. It's like you're the face of King of Trondheim, and you're putting in like actually quite a bit of effort, I feel, to get this whole thing big and get it like on the gram, because it's like you have to think of all the shit that you guys post as well. It's like I couldn't think of it.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
But then you have like Sevi in the background, and he just like keeps on posting shit as well.
So I'd say Sevi's the mind. Sevi thinks of all this stuff that comes up, and like he's super creative. All the credit for that. He's amazing at that sort of stuff, and it's a good team because he'll think of an idea when we're filming, and then like I'll come up with it, or we'll go off each other with ideas, and then we'll make the video. But he's super creative, so I mean, this wouldn't have happened without Sevi at all.
The bishop
of Trondheim. But it's amazing like what you can do when you like don't have these council meetings in Trondheim to attend with the Trondheim Council, because it kind of like adds to the fury in your body. And when you just go to these council meetings, you walk in the door, and then everybody's standing there just like laughing at you, like, dude, you don't run Trondheim. And it's like, what? I'm here doing everything a king does in Trondheim, and no one in the council is respecting it. It's wild. But that sort of stuff just fuels you, you know? Just the rest of your training day is just, okay, I'm going to really show Vegard on the council.
But then when you walk like into like these council meetings, or like, can you actually sit down and like talk to those people, or how's that working?
Nah, I get helped into the throne. So it's sitting, but it's more of like a kind of like comforted sitting experience.
Is it more than like if you look at the Dutch royal house, it's like they do like all their meetings, like they do all their stuff, and then at the end of the day, somebody has to go and report to the King of the Netherlands. Should we imagine it like that? Like they do their council stuff, they like just talk about infrastructure shit or whatever, and then at the end of the day, they just come up to you and like have to report on what they've been talking and what they've been discussing about.
It would probably be like this, but we have a guy called Henrik on the council that doesn't report anything. So there's a lot of like extracurricular stuff that I have to do and get all this other information. But Henrik, if you're listening to this, buddy, like this is not gonna like roll through. Next time it's gonna be tough penalties.
But what about for the world champs in Trondheim? You guys are renting an entire bar, and you're gonna call it the King's Arms, is it?
Yeah, so we've rented out this nightclub in downtown Trondheim, actually. Bar was like, we were kind of jumping with the idea, but we got this nightclub. And Sevi actually came up with the idea of having, like, we've got this number one fan, absolute legend, Jan Erik. Shout out Jan Erik.
I was just gonna ask, how's Jan Erik doing?
He could be better. He was stressing out a bit last week at Kragerø because he, if you don't know Jan Erik, he's been sending in these fan mails for a few months now, and he does these like really intricate drawings, so super detailed. Get them in the post once in a while, and I read them, and it's just sort of like very heartwarming to know that there's somebody in Trondheim that really like, yeah, this is the king and stuff. So
He's been there from the start, hasn't he?
yeah. So Jan Erik's been there like, since day one. And we got this one message from it, and Jan, it was in the mail. I opened it, and he said, I've got this scholarship to go to Kragerø Kunstskole in Kragerø in southern Norway. And me and Sevi were just so hyped for him. It was insane.
Art school.
Yeah. So he went down there, and he's been there since the start of school year in September. And he does these. Have you seen his artwork?
Yeah, we've seen some of it. Some of the stuff you posted is wild.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's yeah, maybe not the next Picasso, but like the next like Van Gogh, you know?
Yeah.
So what about this nightclub then?
So the nightclub in Trondheim, we were thinking of having everyone from the council. They could do like the staff member, like you come and you get like handed a drink. So we're renting it out, and then everyone at the World Champs who's competing, free access. You get serviced by the council. And then you just kind of get like a pat on back and like, good job. And we'll keep it tame. We won't go into too much detail because you have to experience it, but it's going to be insane.
And Sevi's going to mix there as well.
Sevi's obviously have you not seen DJ Levy on Insta? Check out It's DJ Levy. That's Sevi's DJing account, and he's toured around the US and Australia and stuff. So
yeah,
he's a pretty good DJ.
Yeah, your guys are fucking making it these days.
Yeah, it's good crack.
Talking of Sevi, maybe it's time to go down under.
Yeah, let's go.
Do you come from a land down under? Where women glow and men plunder. Can you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. Yeah!
Cool, I think we'll go with that one.
Was that
good.
Was that actually good?
Yeah, it was good. Alrighty, Aussie Corner, back. Here we are, Fidel, Lars, Sevi. Welcome back, everyone. This week we thought we would start off with a little bit of freestyle rapping over the top of some traditional Austrian folk music, high up in the mountains. There's snow on the ground. We need to prep our skis, of course. Everyone's got to do it. So here we go. 3 weeks to go, and there's snow on the hill. Need to dial in my form with some classic interval. Of course you need to wax your skis, dust the iron, get the scraper. Pray for stick, but you'll probably be dealing with some clister. Jimmy is probably using his racing boards. I better do this properly, otherwise I'll measure over 4. Oh, you stupid idiot, you didn't pack away the clister properly after spring skiing last season, and now it's all seeped through your entire wax bag. Everything will need to be cleaned or replaced. Like, there's literally a thick coating of red clister on my groove scraper, and it's already 9 p.m. and I'm just thinking, bloody hell, it's good to be back. And we are back. Aussie Corner, 3rd of November. Lars, how are we?
Yes, we are back. Thank you so much for that freestyle rap, Sevi. I must say your flow was quite good there at the beginning, but when you went into that generational trauma about Clister, I could tell that you were getting a bit upset, and it just kind of went a bit everywhere. But good, appreciate it. For this Aussie Corner, I've actually tried to make a bit of slam poetry, and yeah, here we go. In a world where the mic ignites, 2 bellends rise, ready for the fight. Jimmy and Mika, with their podcast flair, ski-risk problems they laid bare. Jimmy the jokester, with words like fire, thinks he's the king, the voice to inspire. But listen close, his ego's a beast, a comedy act, but the punchlines ceased. Mika's no angel, don't get it twisted, with a laugh so loud it can't be missed. Both of them tangled in each other's chaos, dropping hot takes like they're a living ethos. So yeah, Fidel.
Thanks, Sevi and Lars. What a great idea to start the season all writing a little bit of poetry. So I've decided to write a little haiku. Hope you enjoy it. Here goes nothing. Nervous little men. We seeping through fresh lacquer. A long torso king. Well, there it was. Hope you liked it, and I hope you noticed a little hint to the guest of the podcast. Great to be back. Here we go.
Back from down under. That was an interesting one again.
Maybe we don't have to act like we've listened to the thing before.
What's funny is that I haven't even recorded it yet, so
We'll tell them after we've recorded our podcast.
yeah. But yeah, enough talk about royalty. Let's talk a bit about the gossip that's happening right now in cross-country skiing.
Is there gossip? Let me think of gossip. What's happening in Norway? We're in Norway, biggest country of skiing.
Yep, Norwegians were at in Idre in Sweden. I think Sweden has been better at like making the early snow these days.
Yeah.
And all the Swedish that took up part in this test race got absolutely smashed by all the Norwegians like regional teams. So that was kind of like everybody realizing that fuck, we need to get stuff sorted. I think this is
Did you see the test race in Idrefjell?
yeah, that's what we're talking about, mate.
Yeah, I was just asking if you saw the results though.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, Midt-Norge. Elon Midt-Norge was insane.
Yeah.
It was like 3 guys in the first 35 seconds, and then there was like 10 people in like 1 second. But all the 3 top guys were all Elon Midt-Norge.
But what's up? Because we're talking about test races. What's up with the US chicks? There's like this junior girl that beat Jessie in like some
Erica
sprints.
Lavin, yeah, she was good last year in Planitza.
But was it just a Jessie race where she just like was training a fuck ton and not good in the test race at all and not focusing, or was it like was she like on her level and beaten while she was on her level?
I think Joe said because she went to Utah University that it was going to be possible to, like, obviously would be quite good, you know, going to Utah. It's one of the best universities in the States,
This
and probably
junior
a
girl,
super good training up leg
Yeah.
or
Setup.
what's setup. And yeah, obviously trained quite well, and then
You know her.
surprisingly, I don't know.
Yeah.
We were just hearing from Joe. We had a meeting last week, and Joe was talking about her.
Impressive, yeah. But
Also, did you see Jessie's video of falling off the treadmill?
yeah, I
What
was
the
like,
fuck is up with
actually,
that?
I was like thinking it looked like she did it on purpose.
Yeah. Oh,
But like, how can this happen? Like,
there's like, I don't know how many. I think there was on the video at least 1 or 2 coaches standing on the side. Plus, there was like a guy taking the video,
Yeah.
and you see she's losing meter after meter
Yeah,
after
and
meter.
nobody
Just
does anything.
stop the fucking thing, like. Now it's funny because she fell off and nothing happened. But imagine being fucking Jessie Diggins, like one of the big favorites of the season, and then break your collarbone in October because people are too fucking stupid to stop a treadmill for you.
yeah, it was. But like, also, it didn't look like she was in a max test. It looked like she just did like a max speed test, kind of.
Wouldn't you put on a harness for that?
You would
otherwise?
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
put a harness
It
on.
looks good fun because it looks always fun when people crash on Instagram. But actually, that was the most stupid thing I've seen
Yeah.
all autumn. Because
Like-
you can actually like if you fall off there, you just need to land a bit unhandy and like your collarbone's done up.
Yeah, or like even if you like burn yourself, or like if you fall on the treadmill, like on where the band goes in,
Yeah.
you can like cut yourself, burn yourself. It's like she was so lucky that she was fine, but
Yeah. Also,
it
I thought
seemed
I thought
very unnecessary.
yeah. And when she was posting it, I thought like obviously I don't know Jessie and I don't know what she's thinking or not thinking. But the fact that she posted it tells me that she thought, oh, it's hilarious. But then if you look through the comments, like most of the comments did not think that it was hilarious.
Yeah.
There was quite some comments under there. It was like, all right, this is just fucking idiotic.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Have you ever fallen off? Have you seen the video of Muzzy falling off?
That is one of the best videos. It's one of my
Because he like
favorite
loses
videos.
traction a bit and he tries to get back on, and the thing just sends him
Yeah.
into the wall.
but he lost traction.
No,
and
no, no.
stuff.
He put the pole between his legs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then you kind of see him stumbling, and then he like falls on the treadmill, and the treadmill just like sends him like flying into the wall like straight.
But he didn't break any
fucking
equipment.
great.
No,
No, but-
pulls.
But I fell off once, but that was actually because I just also put a pole between my legs, and that's fucking stupid. Like, that's
Yeah.
shit that it happens. But like on Jessie's video, you could tell from like 4 seconds, 5 seconds before she fell off that she was gonna fall off in like in like a reasonable time. And
Is that dangerous then, you think, for young skiers these days? You'd see a video like that, especially in the States, like with the King of Trondheim, and we have merch and stuff, and we have website, and people buy it and used to see the analytics and stuff. It's Norway that's always number one for everything, and then the US is always second.
yeah, that's the same with. Oh no, it's actually the US is biggest with the podcast, aren't they?
Nah, Norway's the best.
No,
And then
the US is so good.
second,
It's so
yeah.
good for
Yeah.
stuff like this.
Yeah, for
They're
sure,
so motivated and going in and maybe buying merch. Like I know you guys have done some stuff like that, and then getting involved, and they're super hype, and it's awesome. The US is great for that. But you think putting a video like that out of Jessie skiing on a treadmill when maybe there's lots of young skiers in the States have never skied on a treadmill before?
Nah, but I think it's not even about putting out the videos. Like, if she wants to put it out, like, okay, do it. I think it's more about the fact of like, oh, you know what? I'll just do something really stupid and risk like getting
because
injured shortly before the season, because it's like you could tell from like a good amount of time on forehand that she was gonna fall off very soon.
yeah. But anyway, it was probably just the fault of the guy maneuvering the machine. But anyway,
What did you get a message from the Nordic Combine guy?
Oh, that was not now, but I just showed Jamie that actually the US is our biggest listener.
Yeah,
Like,
I
we
was
have
wrong.
most of our listeners from the US.
Yeah.
Second Norway.
I
But
think
then
it helps
talking
that
about
this
the
is
Nordic combined.
English.
That's actually fun. Because we got in a bit of an argument on the other podcast, me and Jimmy,
yeah.
about the Nordic combined calendar. And seems Mika was right in the argument.
What do you mean, right? I just.
No,
anyway,
you-
continue.
You said that
I said that the athletes had to be proactive.
yeah, proactive
And-
in like meetings and shit, and they've had like tons of meetings apparently, and FIS has promised them better calendars, because all the athletes were like, right, this is just not working. Like, we can't have a winter sport and then just not compete in winter.
What is that to do with, though? Is that funding, or is that advertisement?
I think
or
I
is
think
that
I think it's a
organization?
combination of so many things. First of all, it's just a fucking small sport, like compared to other sports. So it doesn't really.
Is that why you left?
Yeah. No. Yes. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe it was also really shit at jumping.
It was bad, but not insanely shit. There was still hope, but not a lot of hope though.
Is there a ski jumping area
Yeah.
in Ramsau?
Yeah. But so there's just the hurdles to get into the sport are quite big, because you need like ski jump, you need Nordic like cross country skiing stuff, and like the equipment is quite expensive as well. So the sport in all is just quite small. The hurdles to get into the sport are quite big. I think the hurdles to actually organize an event are also quite big, because it's not generating a lot of money, but it costs quite a bit of money to organize an event. And then obviously, at the end of the day, FIS is making the guidelines, and FIS is the one that sets up like these regulations for races, which you have to like be able to comply with. And I think the hurdles to organize are just too big. I think there's just very few organizers that can actually
Pull it off.
pull it off, and
So that
Now-
means skiing is ahead of one sport before it's death.
yeah.
We're like, there always be above Nordic combined.
You know, there's like telemark and speed skiing part of FIS. I think we're still good, well ahead of these sports.
Telemark, what even is that?
Mate, that's actually great. We should talk about this. It's one of the stupidest sport ever.
No,
They
it's
have-
good
Actually,
fun.
Ipswich
have-
has a really good telemark skier.
Yeah, Jasmine
she's-
Taylor.
Yeah,
She won the overall.
yeah, she's insane.
So they have like this slalom thing, and then they have this part where they have to cross country up like this small hill, and then they ski into the finish.
Isn't it like skimo though?
No, like they have to they skate up with their like telemark
yeah,
skis.
yeah.
It looks so
The
shit.
guy who made that must have been drunk, eh?
There's also winter triathlon.
There's also grass alpine skiing.
Mate, yeah, that's true. Mate, you know.
Have you ever seen grass alpine skiing? They have like these short skis that are like, I don't know, like maybe 70, 80 centimeters long. Or I don't know how long they are actually. And then they have like this weird wheel system. It's not really, it's more like ropes that, or like a piston bully, like
Yeah, like these like beams.
yeah, these beams. It's a bit weird.
Can you imagine being at the club and you're meeting a new person and you're trying to like wheel and the person's like, so like what are you into? It's like, oh, my buddy here he's a pro grass alpine skier. You're not sleeping alone that night, are you?
Oh fuck me! Yeah, that's a bit of a tough one. grass
Yeah,
alpine
for
skiing.
sure. So we're still good. And you know, winter triathlon, they have this thing where like they're
Mate.
like, oh, we should have some like skating, but we should also have some classic. So they decided that when you go into the finish line, you're not allowed to skate. So they have to double pull the finish line as part of their winter triathlon.
You know that like the Austrian head coach Falk he's been world champion in winter triathlon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think you would be world champion in winter triathlon if you started the race.
I mean, you talking to the King of Trondheim or you're talking to me?
Both of you.
I just heard it was a sport
Maybe not
now.
if you took. Maybe not if you took part at the same time. But
When do they do these things? I haven't know. Is this FIS? Is this FIS winter triathlon?
nah, winter
Nah.
triathlon's triathlon union.
I think they do like 4 winter triathlons a year, and like 2 of them are in northern Siberia. One's in the Netherlands when it freezes like one night, and the other one is just like virtual.
Virtual winter triathlon?
What are you on
Dude,
about?
check out my buddy over here is a virtual winter
Nah.
triathlon world champion.
Yeah. Did you just make this up, Mika?
Yes,
Because they have like okay.
mate, that's
most
like the biggest part of our podcast, just randomly
Because,
making
uh,
stuff.
He's
up.
not making it up. I've heard of that.
usually it's in.
I've
they
used
have,
that
like,
line
world
before.
champs in Italy or Andorra, and they had them in Lillehammer last year.
Could you name the world champion winter triathlon?
I think it might be like some Norwegian. I think it might be like a guy that was doing cross country before. Anyway, nobody cares. That's
But
anymore.
it's a bit sad for Nordic Combined that we like kind of talk about Nordic Combined and now we're talking about winter triathlon even longer than Nordic Combined.
yeah.
Yeah, not long then. How is it in Trondheim? You wasn't so good. But what's the crack with like Muzzy these days? He's in good shape or
Yeah, Muzzy's just a tank. We were like training a fuckload, and then he was like, "Oh, we're not actually doing that much training." I'm like, "Fuck off!" We did like I'm absolutely like so tired, and then he was just like chilling. So he's a machine.
6
He's gonna
hours?
be good, and like it's fucking nuts to see the setup there's gonna be for world champs. It's gonna be so good.
What have you heard?
Or like just when I have heard there's gonna be a Swix bar. So downtown there's like Swix is taking over, same as you guys for King of Trondheim, taking over this bar and making it like the Swix bar. There's gonna be like so many people, everyone that's renting for like crazy prices, and like apartments.
How many tickets they sold now? Like 100,000?
I don't know actually, but
It's like one man you game.
I actually just saw, talking about world championships, I just saw an interview about Nortuk today. Like, from what he's saying in media, apparently he's really going to try to go there to qualify.
yeah, but he did say that he was in terrible shape though.
Yeah, but then he did also say that he's going to do Baito, but that's just, like, the guy's in fucking altitude camps, mate. Like,
Yeah, he's doing the
Bai-
job
Right,
properly.
Right,
Yeah.
I listened to the last podcast, and I'll just be honest here. I listened to like 20 minutes of arguing like who's better, Johannes or Nortug, between you guys.
Did we argue about that?
I don't think we did.
No, we definitely did not.
Or I was listening to you. I was like, I don't like. I'm a huge fan of the pod, but it's just some honest feedback here. I did not need to hear Johannes versus Petter on the. But like, I totally understand. Like,
Mate, there was never a Johannes versus
Anyway,
Petter.
let's move
or
on. then.
maybe there. But I just remember there was a lot of chat there. But yeah.
Right, tell us how you would
It's like
make
there's
the
one
podcast
goat
then.
of skiing, and that's like Johannes Hosford, and then there's like just fucking goat of life, and that's Petter Northug.
Yeah.
Do you
Talking
think he'll go?
Huh?
Do you think? What do you?
I cannot. I give it like less than 1%.
Yeah.
Less than
same.
1%.
Yeah.
What did they get? 5 stars? 4?
He wants to go to the team sprint, so it's 2 starts. So like he's in classic sprint, like it's obviously gonna be Klæbo, and then in classic sprint he's gonna have to be better than Eric Valnes. Like, I'm sorry, but it's just not gonna happen, is it?
Yeah, no way. Talking about goats, what is up with the King of Finland?
May I like Perttu Hivarinen by this stage, like he just owns my heart. I fucking love the guy. Have you seen his latest like Instagram posts and shit?
Where he's like,
he's just like posting like drinking out of oil canisters or like fuel canisters, and he's just like skiing with chainsaws and shit.
this is exactly what I imagine like cross country fans are like in Finland. Like,
Yeah.
these guys from the countryside just like, oh, we'll go and chop down some trees for fun, and we'll like shoot some.
Is he from the country?
And then it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. And then there's like all these old like Finnish cross country skiers like Juha Mieto, or whatever they were called.
Is he not a doper?
Huh?
Was he not a doper?
Juha Mieto. No, I'm quite sure he wasn't. And I think that was before the doping era.
Okay, yeah.
You know who was a doper? Mika Millilä.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking about. Yeah.
And then you just hear the stories about them training like 40, 50 years ago. It's like, oh, they're just like all their gym, all their strength training was just like chopping wood in the forest.
Legends.
Like that's what they did
Yeah.
for gym.
Yossi put on this video of the camp in Trondheim of the world champs in Trondheim, and he was saying that they tested for like the highest hemoglobin ever, like in a tested period there. Yeah, not in Trondheim. Sorry. It was Thunder Bay. What year was Thunder Bay?
93.
93. And was it that long ago?
Yeah, Thunder Bay 93. Or was it 95 maybe? I
What
think it
year
was
was-
fall in 93. Yeah, probably Thunder Bay 95.
Anyways, all those guys. Yeah, Dolly was there. How long ago was this? The Dolly, and they had Thomas Alsgaard. Was
And
he back
then-
then? Yeah.
Yeah, and then they
Yeah, because it was
probably
Lillehammer
had,
94. And then, yeah, maybe Thunder Bay was after.
Silvio Fauna from Italy. And then they had like Maurilio Detzolt. Was he still in Thunder Bay? I don't know. Maybe he quit actually after the Olympics in Lillehammer.
They need the world champs back in the US or Canada.
Yeah, but have you seen like the ski jumping facilities and shit in Thunder Bay?
No, I didn't even know they had. Did they have?
They
Yeah.
had world championships, obviously.
Oh, yeah, they had Nordic. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, so like all the ski jumps and shit, they just let it rot. It just sits there and rots.
Yeah.
It's actually a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame. There's been
Lake
like
Placid?
lots of massive events.
Yeah,
Yeah, Lake Placid I was gonna use as an example, but they're starting to organize stuff again.
Yeah, it was
And we're
starting to
gonna go-
rot away, but now they're actually like doing stuff with it again.
And we're
I
gonna
think.
go to Lake Placid in 2026.
But
most
wait
likely.
a second.
So
Yeah.
that'll
Lake-
be really exciting for the World Cup.
And Lake Placid, I think they have a ski jumping World Cup as well, don't they? They
they?
have one. I think they actually have a ski
Wait,
jumping World Cup.
I've never understood why is ski jumping a bigger sport than Nordic combined when it's
Because there's lots of Polish people that watch it.
And it's like you don't need fucking you don't need to
And
wait like 6
Slovenians.
hours in the freezing cold for them to actually start racing after they've done like the first part of the race.
Yeah.
It's like they do ski jumping and you still have no clue who won or who's gonna win. Then you wait forever and then they start cross country skiing, and the cross country skiing they do is quite often fairly bad. So then you just prefer to watch like normal cross country skiing.
I think ski jumping is also like super easy to understand, like except for the whole like judging and so on. But like when you don't know anything about ski jumping, you just see a guy jump and try to go as far as he can without crashing and landing okay. So like that's why it's one of the most popular sports at the Winter Olympics for people watching, because people don't know.
It's quite
about it.
easy to understand.
It's
I
so
guess,
easy to
too.
understand,
Yeah.
impressive, and like, yeah.
Especially if you're not like a huge sports fan and you don't watch it a fuck ton, and you're just like, oh, let's watch the Winter Olympics. It's convenient to watch.
Yeah.
It's just like easy entertainment.
And yeah, it's like,
Like you don't need to understand anything. You're just like, oh my god, look at these guys! They go fucking down a mountain. Like
It's funny. You grow up in Canada and you come here and all these other sports like biathlon, ski jumping, Nordic combined. You never hear of it in Canada or anywhere apart from
Yeah.
Europe. And I think there's a huge community for it in the U.S. and Canada, but it just hasn't grown at all.
yeah, but
in
it's
the
so
US
wild in the U.S. If you look at it, there was such a big community that was watching the races in Minneapolis, and then even in Canmore, which is like basically in the middle of fucking nowhere. And there were so many people out there watching the race. I thought it was so cool.
Oh, that town loves skiing, though.
Yeah,
Canmore,
but,
yeah.
but it's. I thought it's wild how many people actually came to watch the races, and yet it's like not on television or anything.
It wasn't on. What wasn't on
Or
TV?
or, it
Or
is
in
on,
the US,
like,
it's not on
the,
TV.
It is now though. It's
No,
not
no,
like
no,
it's
the
not on the normal TV.
That's
But,
They're
just
not
like
gonna put it on
stream.
CNN over like.
but like
football
back
and
like
basketball.
not just a few years ago, you could not watch cross country skiing World Cup in the US.
Yeah, but now there's
Anywhere.
like a stream or what
like
is
now
it?
there's like streams and stuff. I think.
What's
but,
it?
like,
What's it called? Is it called like US Ski and Snowboard or something.com?
I'm not gonna try even.
I think
but
it's something
like
that, yeah.
they have streams and maybe there's a couple of channels that show it, but like, yeah, it's not been that long.
Yeah, but I just think it's crazy to think about how big the sport seemed when we were there,
Yeah,
and then yet it's not being broadcasted like properly.
yeah, for sure. Like, I think the athletes voted that it was the most exciting World Cup that we did last year.
Minneapolis,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
but
was so good.
it was quite good.
How much do you think the sport of skiing would change if you had a World Cup like Minneapolis every weekend?
Yeah, but if you like, let's be honest, like because now we're talking about if, but then you look, for example, at GOMS, like that was pretty much the same. There was not
Yeah.
a lot. There was not a big difference, like
there were
spectator
lots
wise.
of people there. It was good.
And
It was
then
a
you look at
well-organized
Davos.
race.
Davos was great last year.
Yeah.
There's tons of people.
Well, I would like to have been to Davos, but I had COVID because of you, little fucker. So I didn't get to do Davos.
Yeah, but that's just because you deserved it.
Yeah.
But then if you look at, like there were so many races with tons of spectators last year. Lahti is great as always. Like Ruka is always great. Oslo was great. Although I felt that Oslo was a bit smaller than past years.
I saw on the calendar it's gonna be 2 like 10K intervals start. Like, what are they
it's-
doing?
20K and 10K.
Oh,
Like trying to grow the sport and you go to that.
yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid.
That's wild. Who was that decision? Isn't it the athletes that voted?
Nah,
on that,
nah. It's
No.
it's the Norwegian Ski Federation that said they're not going to be able to pull off the 50K in Oslo a week after World Championships are finished because it's such a big effort to organize World Championships, and then basically organizing the whole Oslo thing is like small World Championships to organize. But then at the same time, I don't see how race weekend with 4 races in total in cross
Makes
country
it easier,
skiing,
you know?
and then
think
like
they
Nordic
also-
combined and ski jumping, how that makes it easier than just do like one race, like 150.
Yeah, we've talked about this so many times in the podcast, though.
Yeah, let's not.
But
Super about
I think yeah, it was also lots of people didn't show up after the lots of athletes didn't show up after the Planets World Champs. So yeah,
hate
Can
Anyway-
you imagine
athletes that don't
y-
show
that
up.
like you look at compare that to any other sport to not show up. Like if you play for a team and you don't show
It's
up,
crazy.
you're on the
It's
bench
crazy.
and you get subbed on. You deny like CR7 has done against like,
Like, look
Tottenham
at
before
the-
he left.
look-
That's finable. You should be fine.
Yeah, you should be fine. I agree 100%. And look
Yeah.
at fucking Tour de France. Like these guys ride bikes for 3 weeks straight, and then on Monday they cannot fucking relax, but they have to go to the Netherlands, and then they do like a criterium in the Netherlands on Monday evening. They do like a criterium in Belgium on like the Tuesday evening, and it goes on for a week. So they like Tour de France is not like 3 weeks of racing. It's like 3 weeks of racing, then having a massive party, and then having a race and a party for a week after that every day to finish off Sunday with Classico San Sebastian. Like they're fucking showing up.
yeah.
Yeah. What?
And
what's the crack there if you decide before that you're going to do these races, or it
I think
becomes
they get paid.
yeah, they get paid, but obviously you know, maybe I'm tired, I'm not going to do San Sebastian. How much decision or value is the choice of the rider in comparison to the team?
I think it's so different because like ski federations don't pay athletes and cycling teams pay their athletes. So it's like
yeah,
the ski federation is not my employee or not my my employer. But then in cycling, like cyclists are employees of like the teams, so they kind of, if your boss tells you, right, like I don't give a fuck, you're going there, you're going, like end of discussion.
Oh, so it's an employment contract, I guess.
Yeah, they do have an
yeah.
employment
Yeah,
contract.
it's
Yeah,
a bit more. Yeah.
so it's just like work basically for them.
Yeah, makes sense.
And for us, it's just like, oh, it's my hobby, and I'm a bit tired.
But there are
I
a
might
few-
not do Oslo.
Yeah, but tell you what's gonna be exciting doing the 50k in Lahti. That's gonna be fucking.
But it's gonna be fucking hot because how are they planning it? Is it like 2 50Ks
it's-
on one day? Because I think it's like
Yeah, I
team
think so,
sprint
yeah.
on the Saturday,
Yeah.
or sprint
sprint.
on the Friday, team sprint on the Saturday, and then a 50K on the Sunday. So that means we have like women's 50K and men's 50K,
Yeah,
and it's
true,
gonna
yeah.
be classic as well. So my suspicion is that it's gonna be women in the morning.
Oh no.
And then it's gonna be fucking slushy at like 2 o'clock when we start, and there's gonna be no tracks left at all, and we'll just start 50K without
gonna be
any tracks at all.
so long as well. If it's or like there could be a situation where it's like soft, and then we take
Is it
like
classic
3
or skiing?
hours.
It's
to do.
classic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That would
I
take
actually
a
think
toll on the
there is actually like an option that the whole thing is gonna take like 2 hours 20 for,
Yeah.
for the winner. So like imagine you're not the winner, but you're actually like fighting to not get.
But
left,
you'll
and
be the
there's-
winner, mate.
We'll see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how's the season, training season being up till now?
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I actually like how the King of Trondheim just came on our podcast and just started interviewing us.
Yeah, just asking questions to us.
Yeah, it's quite
instead of
big.
the other
No,
way
but it's
around.
been quite good.
Yeah,
Quite
because you
good.
did Lisbon up. You were pretty good there. And then you did the rest of Blink. And then you left. We haven't seen any form or anything since then. But what are the tests been saying?
I'm quite good, I think. I think I'm better than last year, but like real form always only shows off in races. But my feeling says that and the tests also say that I should be a little bit better than
Last year?
last year.
This same
and-
time?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
hopes are high.
You always go back to Ramsdale and then come back to Norway, and you're always really good.
Yeah, but
You-
you know what helps? Like when you're in Ramsar in autumn, you just train in the sun every day. And when you're in Norway in autumn, you just train in the fucking
You say that,
pouring
but
rain
October in
every
Lillehammer
day.
was probably the best month of October ever. And anyone can agree with that. It's not Norway as a generalization, it's Lillehammer.
Yeah, because if you look at Trondheim, for example, Muzzy just posts pictures about running in the snow just now, and it's like not enough snow to ski, so it's just like
Yeah.
you can't really roller ski, you can't really ski, it's just...
I saw they laid tracks out though this morning.
But not in Trondheim.
Maybe.
In Granåsen.
No?
Nah.
But there was like, what is it, like 6-7 centimeters or something on the ground yesterday.
Yeah, but like in order
You
to
really think
in
you
order
can
to
gr-
drive with
Yeah,
like a piston
yeah.
bull, you need like 30, 40
Oh, I thought they like
centimeters.
sprayed out snow and then it snowed and then people have gone skiing now.
I don't know. I don't think so. Oh, they definitely didn't, because I was roller skiing there a few days ago and there was no snow being sprayed. So
So yeah, like I can tell it helps a lot if you just get 2 months in autumn, like September, October, where you can just train in the sun all day, and then training actually doesn't suck. Actually, if you train in like the autumn sun in the Alps, training is the nicest thing ever.
I think that's a mental thing though, weather.
Yeah, 100%. I
That's-
agree. I
that's-
fucking hate bad weather.
Oh, is it though entirely? Because when you train, I went to Trondheim when it was good weather in Lillehammer, which was a terrible idea, and I did a session with Muzzy, and it was top 5 of my shittest sessions I've had in my life. It was like raining and windy, and I got so fucking cold, and like I can tell you that I had less energy by training in the cold than by training when it's like
Yeah.
nice weather. So like there's some
You
mental
just haven't
side
watched
to
enough
it,
David Goggins, buddy.
but like there's definitely some like physical aspect to it. Like when you're
There's
cold,
physical
you use
aspect.
so much more energy.
But then maybe, I don't know, choose to go inside, or if it's gonna be that, you can still do the same hours, same exertion of energy, but you can just do it inside.
Yeah, that's what we did in the end.
Yeah,
Well,
but
there
let's
you
be
go. It's
honest. Like
mental.
if you want to train, let's say, I don't know, 100, 105, 110 hours a month, like back to back to back, it's just nicer to do it when you do it like 80% of those hours in the sunshine and like in a t-shirt and shorts, than if you like have to dress up for every fucking session like for an hour to get like your proper rain clothes on. And like every time you come back, you're soaking wet, you're cold, you're hungry.
But that's like skiing though. Skiing, there's so much you can't control. You can never control the conditions. Obviously, it's nicer, but like, I feel like there's so many people nowadays, or like when you're starting out as like a young skier, you have the weather affect you so much. When it's just like, just get out there, you do the hours, you do it with the mentality of like, we're just getting it done no matter the weather or whatever. But obviously, it's nicer to do it in the sunshine in Ramsau. But like, I feel like you can get the same job done by not going there and staying here.
Yeah, you can get the same job done, but I'd rather do a job and have fun when I do it than do a job and hate it while I do it.
Yeah. Well, there's good company.
But like if you look at like, I think that's actually part of the reason why Norwegians are as good as they are, because if you look at even like Norwegian kids and stuff and just like normal people in Norway, they just don't give a fuck about the weather.
Yeah,
Like
that's nuts.
like it just pours rain and they go to their job on a bike and they're like, oh,
Even like
whatever.
in the kindergarten, like I have friends that have a kid and they it was like pissing it down with rain.
Wait a second, did you just say you had friends? Is that new or?
Yeah, I mean there's like you guys and then there's one other person and that's
Wait,
it.
have you ever told Jimmy that you're his friend?
Right, shut
you
up. I
getting
was
paid too. I get $10 a month.
fucking
I might
hilarious.
increase it to 15.
But do you get paid monthly or do you get paid by the hour?
I get like V mode from Kachi.
Mate, nobody wants to pay to get to be your friend.
I got a crazy story about the weather though. Once we were driving to early snow.
I didn't even
in-
get to say my story, you little fuckers. Right, I'm done. I'm not saying my story.
So we we went to Nadalstuen for early snow a couple years ago, and then we were driving back from the stadium, and it was at least -6 because we were using like hard wax when we were skiing at the stadium. We're driving back, and there's this guy biking down the hill from Barskjædergrenda at -6, and he's got the whole like clothes, pants, tie, the whole shababble. But these guys are built different.
They just don't give a fuck.
No.
They have like studded tires and shit. They're fucking nuts.
It's like in Austria, people that like consider taking their bike going to work. It's like as soon as they see like one cloud in the sky, they're like, "Nah, play it safe. I'll take the car today. I can still like move afterwards." And then like,
Is that the
Norwegians
difference?
just
Is
don't
that
give
the
a fuck.
difference?
I actually think it is not, maybe not the difference or the difference, but it is a difference.
Between Austria and Norway? Or
Yeah, between a lot of countries in Norway.
it is a mentality. They just think
they
differently.
just
Like, Norwegians
grow
are
up
hard
with the
people.
cold, Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're hard people. They don't give a fuck.
Well, they're what? Ancestors from Vikings, though.
Yeah, obviously they're hard. That's true.
Like, Vikings aren't anybody you play with.
Right,
It's
we're
been-
talking about Vikings.
Yeah.
I think it was a fucking great time having you on our podcast, Gabe. Or
Oh, come
King.
on, give us one last time.
yes,
The
I run Trondheim.
do you run the council as well?
Yeah, I
control the
run the
city.
whole place.
That
I
was,
run
we almost
Trondheim.
forgot it.
you should control the city.
Yeah, I control the city.
Right,
Yeah, yeah.
we almost forgot it. Give it one place, 2 friends, favorite activity.
You're on Tefra 6x10. Break around a stadium.
That is the last thing I would be doing on my deathbed. You imagine on your deathbed, and you're like, mate, I just want to do 6x10 at Berkshire Stadium with Yoda Koala. We're going surfing in Panama with Sydney Sweeney and Future.
Have you ever surfed before?
Yeah, there's good surfing on Vancouver Island.
Uh-huh.
There's actually a really good left-hand curl wave that comes off the coast of Tofino.
You had prepared that.
Yeah, well, I listened to the podcast. I'm a fan of the
Yeah.
podcast. I love this podcast.
But that was
so.
a good answer.
Yeah.
Like everyone comes on the podcast doesn't prepare the answer. That was a fucking good answer.
Nah, but the best answer is still is
Remy
just fucking
Lindholm.
Remy Lindholm. Mixed sauna with Frida and Ebba.
The best thing about that is I think he's got a girlfriend, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, poor girl.
Yeah.
Legendary.
Right.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, guys. That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Thanks for taking part.
Thanks
Thanks
to
for the bullying.
and thanks to you, listeners. Thanks for listening to Skiers Problems, your number one Nordic skiing podcast. Give us a rating if you liked our podcast. If you think it's shit, please don't give us a bad rating. Subscribe to our podcast on whichever platform you prefer. Peace out, snakes.
Ciao,
Peace
ciao.
out.
Peace out.